Welcome to a pretty impromptu Clippers versus Lakers preview here on Clips and Dip. This is a happy hour hang. If you ever want to catch one of these and you're listening to the audio version and you're wondering how can I watch them talk about the Clippers, check us out at youtube.com/@ClippersPodcast. This will be out as audio after, but if you missed the video, that's a fun part of it. We are Clips and Dip, hopefully your favorite Clippers podcast. Adam and Will might join. I wanted to talk about Clippers Lakers before we kind of take a fair break just because of the turkey-based holiday. Thanks for hanging out. The Clippers are 5-12. Oh, that made me laugh, Jeffrey Beltran. Jeffrey Beltran's in the chat, and he said, I am terrified for tonight. We're going to get to tonight. The Clippers are 5-12 after losing to the Cavs. The Clippers did play some good basketball against the Cavs. There was two horrific ends to two quarters, which was tough. We obviously I think it was the end of the first and then the end of the third were a nightmare. But in between that, the Clippers actually played, again, good basketball for periods of this time. The better basketball than we've seen in a while, I should say. But I'm a little worried for tonight. We are going to talk about DeMar DeRozan. People in the chat are asking about it. Jonah is the best, feels good for tonight. They changed everything up on how we stream our stuff, so I feel like there's not as much zhuzh to everything as there was, and that is frustrating to me. Why can't I change my goddamn name tag? There we go. Found it. Anyway, the Clippers play the Lakers. People are not feeling good in the chat. I'm a little terrified about it. Alex Webb is going to the game at Crypticom Arena, which is awesome. I appreciate that. There we go. These bastards. Good luck, Alex. I don't think you'll need it, but I think good luck to everybody tonight. I can finally get... There we go. Now we're back. Sorry about that, everybody. I know everyone was invested in the name tag design as I was just there. So this is a great point. That Mexican Nara saying Zoo should feast tonight. The Clippers will not be playing DeAndre Ayton. The Lakers are going to start Jackson Hayes. So Zoo was phenomenal versus the Cavs. Zoo's had a great last 10 games. He's averaging 20 and 13 over the last 10 games. Ivica Zubac is. So there's momentum, right? There's a lot of momentum for Zubac to have a good game. This is a very important Group B NBA Cup game. Adam Osland, who is anti-NBA Cup, is not on right now. But I would like to win this game for Cup reasons because it would be fun to, I don't know. Who cares if they make fun of the Clippers? It was going to happen anyway. The Clippers are probably going to start Harden, Dunn, Collins, Kawhi, and Zoo. This lineup was plus 19.2 overall net in 12 minutes versus the Cavs. Kawhi was moving well versus the Cavs. Again, there were some good things to build on against the Cavs, who are a very good basketball team. We're going to need his defense to be on point tonight because that's the big question, right? The Clippers have been killed by guards all season, and the Lakers are going to be starting Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, Rui, LeBron, and then Hayes. So it's going to be a little difficult defensive assignment-wise. Matthew Hooks says, as a Mavs fan, I feel the pain of my team underperforming this year. Sure, you do have the number one overall pick on your team, so enjoy. That's all I'm going to say about that. Thank you for hanging out, Matthew Hooks. The Clippers, like I said, they've been killed by guards all year. Stopping Luka and Reeves is going to be difficult. The thing that I don't like about playing Luka and Reeves tonight, which, I mean, it's a very good duo, obviously. Last game out versus the Jazz, these two went a combined 4 for 20 from three. They're both not shooting well from three this year. They're both shooting 31% from three this year. and they take the most threes for the Lakers. So I'm worried about that because guards have gotten very comfortable behind the arc against the Clippers. Dunn is going to be on Luka a little bit. I'm a little worried about the whistle. The Lakers as a team take the second most free throw attempts per game. Luka takes 13 a game. And Dunn's been he goes through some foul happy periods. So we're going to see Dunn on him a little bit. Obviously not for the whole game. Yeah, it's a tough task right now for this Clippers defense. Kawhi probably on Reeves to open. Right? I would think that's going to get switched up. And then Kawhi will probably shift towards LeBron as the game progresses. Collins maybe starts on LeBron in this game. But again, the big issue with the Lakers or with the Clippers defense has been guards kind of feeling really comfortable. And we are playing a guard who is very comfortable against the Clippers. Jonah is the best asking, do you think we go with Collins on LeBron? It's usually Kawhi on LeBron. I think we're going to see a couple different looks. I think later in the game, we'll probably see Kawhi on LeBron for sure. I think maybe in the beginning, especially because it's Kawhi's second game back from a 10-game absence. He was moving really well against the Cavs. But second game back, I don't know if immediately he'll go to LeBron. But I think we will see Kawhi on LeBron, and we'll also see Collins on LeBron. This would be a huge game for Derrick Jones Jr., for sure. Alex Webb. That's a great point. This is where you miss, again, lengthy defender. Yeah, we're going to talk about Collins. I guess we can talk about it now because I'll talk about the DeMar DeRozan stuff in a bit, but Collins has not been good, obviously. He was great coming off the bench when the team kind of had the pillars there. But his shooting, I think his shooting percentages should go up. He's shooting the second worst 3-point percentage of his career and the worst 2-point percentage of his career. So I think that should go up. The rebounding has been a little disappointing. It seems like he's forcing some stuff. And defensively, everyone has been bad. So we can add him into that problem as well. It's been a bit of it's not a disaster for Collins yet, but it might be. It's trending that way, I guess. I don't like how it's been trending. But I do think the 3-point percentage and the 2-point percentage is going to go up again because it's like the worst of his mark. I'll get into the extension stuff and how that relates to DeMar after we kind of talk about this game a little bit more. We talked about the guards. Luka's going to try and get Zoo on switches. We've seen that before. We've seen the horrors of how drop coverage can backfire is what my notes here say. So we're probably going to see that again. The Clippers defense has been really bad at giving up cuts to the basket. And so the pick and roll defense with Luka and Hayes is just something to keep an eye on. Hopefully we don't have to avert our eyes from it. You know what I mean? But that's just, I'm a little worried about that. Chunk VV says Collins doesn't fit a half-court offense, never has. Get rid of him for our Lord and Savior, Keon Ellis. I don't know if that would happen. I mean, that would be fun, I guess, but I don't know if that would happen. Skim 380 with a fantastic profile pic. It's badass Lisa Simpson. Says, what Zoo stat line would we be happy with? Well, I don't want to do too many like one-for-one comps here, but his last 10 games, I mean, he had 33 and 18 against the Cavs. I don't think we see that efficiency again. He got 22 field goal attempts in that one. It'd be nice if we saw him get 22 field goal attempts, but that's been his most in the last 12 or so games. So if you're at 20 and 10 and you're anything above 20 and 10, I'm happy. But also the defense has to be there. Offensively, 20 and 10, sign me up for being obviously content with that. But the defense, he has a bigger job on defense. The offense, it's not that I'm not worried about the offense, obviously, because it's not been that great, and Harden's had to carry and will need help in this game. But the defense has been horrific. Kind of back to Collins. He's too athletic. I think LA Clippers film posted a really good tweet where he was like, Collins is too athletic to get beat like this. He's just getting outright beat on a fast break against the Cavs. It's just annoying. Yeah, great call. Collins has thrived on fast-paced teams like the Hawks and the Jazz, but the Clips play slow half-court basketball. Yeah, it's a little tough. Well, also, everything's just different, right? Like, if we had a full rotation, I don't think he would be, right? He was showing that bench juice that the Clippers needed. Yeah, so this is actually Himothy This is a good kind of thing into the benches. The Lakers have a really bad bench scoring-wise. I think it's the lowest scoring bench in the league. Bogey's questionable for this game for the Clippers. Having him back would be a theoretical nice shooting boost if he is hitting his shots. Kobe Sanders is going to let it fly off the bench. I think Drew Timmy's going to get some time for the Lakers. So, like, the benches are going to be weird. Lopez can't be on the court at the same time as Luka will be. I don't think Ty Lue will let that happen. Barring not a weird whistle or something like that, right? Like, let's just pretend that there's going to be normal gameplay in here. Lopez should not. I mean, he will get cooked by Luka if he ends up on the switch. I think there'd be like one possession where he looked okay, and it'd be early, and we'd be like, not bad, and then he would just get destroyed. I don't think Marky Mark is saying Bogey's going to play 28 to 34 minutes. I don't know about that. Yeah, that's a great call, Himothy. They're staggering Reeves, Luka, and LeBron with the bench. This is where, yeah, man, Lopez. Oh God, it'll be interesting. So that's what's difficult about the Lakers right now. It's not just when Luka's on the bench, right? Reeves is very good. LeBron is still LeBron. He can get to the paint. He can pass, which has killed the Clippers. So I'm a little worried about this one defensively. Not that I'm like feeling great offensively or anything like that, but defensively is where this one gets rough. Again, defensively too, the Lakers are second in free throw attempts per game, which I don't like. I don't like that. Originale, I don't think I'm probably not pronouncing that right. Said the truth is Batum is still the best backup center the Clips have. I trust him more at center than Lopez. The Lopez thing is so weird. La Murray put it well. He said he's been marooned to behind the 3-point line, which is true. In the defense, it's just like there's flashes, but when you're an old team, what you get from a lot of these guys is flashes of being able to get up, right? Like and things like that. So it's frustrating. I think this game feels like another one of those Harden putting up an absurd stat at halftime. And then the Clippers still being down. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like one of those games where it's like Harden's on pace for 48 points and Clippers are down 6 or something like that. So I don't feel super confident on either side of the ball, but I feel more confident about the Clippers offense. And Drew Timmy's probably going to get some time too. Skim 380 saying, do we need Brook out there? Kleber's their backup big. Yeah. Timothy, I think, is talking about Collins here. Or are you talking about Lopez? Because they've both been underwhelming rebounding wise. That's fair. The Lakers have been staggering the bench, but they don't have a lot of like flash contributors off the bench, I guess. But But again, I don't feel super good. Lopez, thank you, Timothy. Yeah, agreed. It's been bad. He's old. It's the spry year. Sorry, I'm still, I think, technically supposed to be working. Put your final score predictions into the chat about Clippers-Lakers NBA Cup tonight. We need this one. We need this one to advance. And we'll see what happens. Drive-by buddy saying, I don't really want to see Zoo or Lopez or Luka because for some reason he shoots good over on Luka, excuse me. They don't want to see Zoo or Lopez on Luka because for some reason he shoots good over big men from the outside or someone with quick hands on him. I don't want to see it either, but we're going to probably see it. He does shoot well, but you're just like step back three, whatever. There's going to be a lot of this tonight. Okay. There's going to be a lot of stuff like that, I think, from Clippers fans. Timothy saying, we need the cup banner, Chuck. I know. I'm pro cup. I would like to win the cup too. This season has been kind of a nightmare. Okay, so transitioning now. Audio, I don't think I'm going to do an ad break or anything, so you're good there. Sam Amick was reported. He's a good source. He's not in the negative source category. Reported like the DeMar DeRozan stuff. Badinsky saying laughing at pro cup. Some people aren't. Adam Oslin, not pro cup. So DeMar DeRozan, supposedly the Clippers are interested. There's been some scuttlebutt about John Collins being traded for DeMar DeRozan, which does work straight up. I don't think the Clippers should do that. I mentioned earlier, that he's had a horrible shooting start to the season. I'm not arguing that he's like been good or anything, but these are like career worst from 2-point and 3-point percentages. I think those will go up. I think he just needs more time to see if he's extension worthy. And to that point, DeMar DeRozan would be on this team this year. And then next season, he only has $10 million as a partial guarantee. So that, again, just based on scuttlebutt, they would probably move off of that year. So DeMar DeRozan would play this year for the Clippers and then not be on the team anymore. To me, I don't think the Clippers' success is capped this season, whether if they have DeMar DeRozan. Right? Oh, instead of John Collins. Like, if you trade away John Collins for DeMar DeRozan, I think this team goes just as far as it would had it had John Collins. And contractually, just looking past even next year, there's only 3 guys on the books for 27-28. That is Zoo, Yannick, and Cam. So why not give Collins this chance to earn an extension so he can fit into this front office's plan? And if he doesn't earn that extension, he's not on the team, which would be the same exact scenario if DeMar DeRozan were to be on this team next season. Yes, we would get some kind of small value for DeMar DeRozan, but I think they should keep Collins specifically for DeMar DeRozan. Alex Webb thinks the Clippers are going to win 112-107. Who, baby? Sign me up for the Clippers holding a team to 107. The Lakers have also run 4 in a row. I don't, but again, so I think for John Collins, I don't think they should trade that because the season where I think this team can go changes nothing if you swap DeMar DeRozan for John Collins. And I think it potentially hurts the future a little bit more. That's kind of how I feel about it. And fit-wise, okay, regional manager Michael Scott is here. And fit-wise, it's just like, it doesn't help the defense, which is the biggest problem. It does help with maybe turning the ball over. John Collins can't handle the ball at all. But it's not a great fit with Harden. You're totally right. It just makes us older. We lose any semblance of youth. And I know John Collins isn't like incredibly young, but he's younger than the Clippers. most of the other Clippers. I just feels like it's a lateral move in terms of this season, and I think it's a detrimental move, possibly for the next 2 or 3 seasons. Just because, like, why not let Collins try and earn an extension? Because I don't think he'd sign one with the Clippers if we trade him away and then he plays well or something. And again, not to say that Collins has been good. It's been rough. I think coming off the bench, he looked good, but he hasn't clicked with the starters. I just think they should give Collins a longer shot. Just for the future wise. Like, no one is on the books in 2 years. The only actual player for the Clippers on the books in 27-28 is Zoo. And then Giannis and Cam. That's the only guys on the books for 27-28, which is kind of rapidly approaching. And they keep talking about how they're kind of moving on a little bit. I don't know how getting rid of John Collins for DeMar DeRozan, for a rental of DeMar DeRozan, helps the long-term plan in any way. You could also trade DeMar DeRozan for Bogey and Lopez, but I don't know. That doesn't make any sense from like Giannis, I don't think is ready to be the backup 5. And if they're making this trade, they're doing it to try and win more games. So I don't know. It just feels messy. It doesn't feel like there's a move with DeMar that works. Whoa, we got a crazy. Ronald McPaul said, Clippers need to expose the Lakers starting defense. As a Lakers fan, also Clippers fan. Whirlwind here. If the Clippers don't turn the ball over and they move the ball like they did for periods of time versus the Cavs defense, I think they have a shot. It's really just is the defense. The defense is very bad. So those are kind of my thoughts on DeMar. Like, he doesn't raise the ceiling in any way that I think, like, we're not the 6th seed right now looking to move up for home court advantage. Like, Law Murray said a very funny thing that I do kind of agree with, where he talks about a lot of people are freaking out, and a lot of it is because maybe there's some newer Clippers fans who came over when 2-1-3 happened, and this is the worst they've ever seen the Clippers do. If that is you, that's totally okay, but it's also fine. Like, everything, like, this is not. But to my point of the Clippers on the DeMar DeRozan trade, we're not like fighting for home court advantage, right? Raymond Nassar, what's up, Raymond? He said, "What's up, Chuck? I'll be into it for a watch party. Let's go Clips." I don't know if I can read this part because I don't want to get you in trouble, but I will show it on the screen. That'd be very funny. That's very funny. Also, if you haven't seen any of Eric Bui's art recently, he makes elite depressed Clippers fan art. It's awesome. He did our background, which can you even see? Oh, no, I'm making it worse. Either way, our background looks awesome. So the DeMar trade. Again, we're not like sitting at the 6th seed looking up, trying to maybe get home court advantage. The Clippers are 5-12. They are, just for they're only 7 games out of the 4 spot. It's not that good. So yeah, like we're not a piece away from making noise or anything like that. So I don't see a reason to trade for DeMar DeRozan. When you have a guy, you can maybe just see if he can earn the extension and then be part of your quasi future. Because again, I think DeMar DeRozan would be off the team after this season because of his contract. So Budinsky saying, I think the Clips are screwed this season regardless. I just don't want our pick to be too awesome for OKC. mean, yeah, I agree too, but like, how many more games do the Clippers win with DeMar DeRozan instead of John Collins? Like, is it that much different? I think they're going to play better than they've shown that they are through these. I know it's been 17 games. I think they're better than what they've shown through these 17 games. I don't think they're world beaters, obviously, anymore. But I just don't see the big difference in this team if they have DeMar DeRozan instead of John Collins or DeMar DeRozan instead of Bogey and whatever. Hell yeah, Ronald McPaul, Darius, knuckleheads, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Sammy Infer says, I think we need DeRozan. People in the chat are saying blow it up. We've talked about blowing it up before on this pod, and I'm going to wait till we're all together. Because what are we blowing it up for? A bunch of second round picks? I just don't know what to, like, he helps Harden with some of the ball handling for sure. I just don't see the difference in ceiling. Again, because I think it would only be for this year. Thank you for the counter argument, Sammy Infer. If we get DeRozan to stabilize the bench, we get Harden plus DeRozan, I think we can make the playoff as a plan. I think playoff with plan is also doable with Collins too. Would DeRozan come off the bench? Has he mentioned anything about that? I'm sure he would. I just, like, in my head, he would start because Beal's out. If Beal's healthy, do they want DeRozan too? I think he would start. I think. Because you just put him in Dunn's place? No, they can't do that because the defense would be terrible. Huh. Off the bench? I don't know. Angel Garcia asks, what are we sipping on? This is, there used to be ice in this. That is 4 Roses and soda. 4 Roses and a limoncello LaCroix. If you want a delicious whiskey soda mixer, limoncello LaCroix makes it taste like cake. Someone said, Himothy. I mean, Chuck, do we lose without the picks or lose with some level of picks? Fair. But I also think the front office, I think I've maybe resigned myself to the Clippers not blowing it up because the front office has no interest in that. Ballmer doesn't want to put out a shit product. Not that the product's been elite at 5-12, but the idea of an elite product is there. So I don't know. This also factors into a longer thing where Harden is really helping sell tickets to the Intuit Dome, which I hope Steve Ballmer is helping him out. Wait, no, I take that back. I hope Steve Ballmer is paying him the exact amount of money and giving him the normal perks he should for helping fill the Intuit Dome, because James Harden is carrying that arena right now. I mean, yeah, if Keon Ellis was used in the deal, that'd be amazing. But would the Kings be dumb enough? I don't know if they do that. Yeah, if the Clippers could get Keon Ellis, that would be sick. Because that'd be awesome. I'd love that deal if they got Keon Ellis, but would they do that? I know they're not playing him, but we're not dealing with a rational organization. You know what I mean? We're not dealing with an organization that's like, well, we're not playing him. Let's not trade him. Let's trade him. They would. I know. I agree. I know he's getting DNPs, but we're not dealing with a rational organization. Yeah, Raymond saying, news alert, Ballmer the latest minority investor in Adidas. That'd be a good bit. Yeah, see, this is kind of the starting lineup. Yeah, the starting lineup was plus 19 against the Cavs. Maybe he just needs more time. But if we were able to get Keon Ellis, without trading away John Collins, that'd be sick. Sign me up for that for sure. Clips for life, yes, sir. Saying, how hard is it to talk the Clips when they are playing this badly? It's not that hard to talk about the Clips when they're playing this badly. Will and I used to do a daily pod. Will and I used to host Locked On Clips. That was harder because that was 5 days a week when they were playing bad. But it's not bad. It's also like, again, if you're a Clippers fan, you've seen this team be really bad. And the team is bad because they're playing, but I don't know. It's not as hard as it seems, but I also don't have to do it every single day. Shout out Dime for hosting Locked On Clips and talking about this team every single day when they're bad. Because the every single day podcast grind when they're not playing well is not very fun. Shout out Damien. Ace Boogie saying, where's Adam? The other two had to work. Usually it's Adam Oz and William Updike and myself, Chuck Mockler. I technically didn't have to work, so I think they're all working. But they have the link. Tweet at them. Actually, don't tweet at them. I think they're doing normal things. So if you're just dropping in to sum it up, pretty nervous for tonight. The starters showed some good stuff against the Cavs, but guards have been getting off against. I'm going to keep it in. I'm keeping that phrasing against the Clippers. Sammy Infer saying, what do you think the matchups look like today? Collins on Luka or Dunn? I think maybe it starts with Dunn on Luka. They got to mix the looks up. Oh, something I haven't talked about. Sorry about this. I forgot about this in the beginning. They got to put Luka in motion on defense. Like they got to put Luka in motion on defense. If they're not doing that, there's an issue. So for tonight, the Clippers very much make Luka work on defense. We know that from all the Mavs games. Make LeBron move around. I know he is LeBron, but he is old. Make Jackson Hayes have to make decisions. They don't foul a lot. I think like teams are. Yeah, they only give up the fourth most free throws per game. So, again, making their lesser defenders have to make decisions really helps. Or could help the Clippers. They're also 30th on turnover percentage. They turn the ball over a lot. So if the Clippers are able to mitigate their boneheaded mistakes, if the Clippers can cut out the like 4 turnovers per game that make you want to punch a hole in your TV, their chances are a lot better tonight, obviously. I feel good about that. So I think Trouser J Slacks asking Kawhi on Reeves then, or does he get the LeBron assignment to hide Collins on Reeves? So I think Kawhi is going to be on LeBron closer to the end of the game, and he might be on Reeves to start just to prevent some kind of hot start. I don't know. It's an issue. We have a Thunder fan in the chat. Get out of here. You're welcome. I know we're 29th, but we need to not be 29th. If we can be 25th, if the Clippers are just 25th in turnovers per game tonight, I feel better about our chances. Someone said something. Yeah, Sammy said, what's up, Sammy Infer? I think this is the first time you've been on the stream, so what's up? This has to be a big Zubats game. Yes, Zubats, again, the last 10 games, Zoo is averaging like 20 and 13. I think expecting 20 and 10 from Zoo tonight is completely reasonable if you're a Clippers fan. And we should expect that because it's against Jackson Hayes. Zoo should be able to go off. Again, the pick and roll with Harden and Zoo against Luka and Jackson Hayes should be used a lot. It probably will be, but it definitely should be. You know what I'm saying? We need to put him in motion a lot on defense. Trouser Trouser J Slacks is going to be at the game. That'll be a good time. Man, I haven't been to crypto in so long. Possibly unpopular take. I very much miss the convenience of crypto as a place to go watch games. It was a fun time. DTLA Friday nights for the Clippers at Staples. That was a good time. All right, I think I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for hanging out. If you're listening on audio, you missed the live stream. If you want to hang out on the live stream, subscribe to youtube.com/@ClippersPodcast. Usually it's myself, Adam Oz, and William Updike. We're going to be kind of spotty with coverage this week, again, because of the holiday. Sammy Infer saying, I think Harden, unironically, would be a good Luka defender. He's very strong and knows Luka's foul baiting tendencies. And the low post, for sure. We'll see how the foot speed is. Again, I'm worried about the outside shooting from Luka and Austin Reeves. If you're listening to this later, I hope they continue to shoot 31% from three. I hope that happens tonight, but we'll see. Thank you for everyone for hanging out in the chat. Hope everyone has a good holiday. If you're not celebrating the holiday, hope you have a good couple of days off. Take advantage. Have a safe weekend. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will see y'all probably over the weekend. Anyway, let's go Clips. Here's to a win tonight. Here's to getting that NBA Cup. I have been Chuck Mockler. Sorry, I'm laughing because someone says I hate the Intuit app. No comment, but feel you. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your day and week.